Tag. Keep bringing the hype to the Cowboys Nation. We love and appreciate it. Now, can you dig it? Let's get it.
Hey, I told you guys! Don't go burying us just like that! All I've heard for the last 5 weeks is we want Dallas! So all you haters, you come down to me! You fuel the fire! Because I want it! Hey, you dig it!
What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag. Just doing a little quick video, checking out the game today. I'm in the Cowboys cave. This is the first game I actually get to watch in the cave. So it's bittersweet because obviously I planned to be at the game today at AT&T, but unfortunately just some scheduling things, and obviously the hurricane probably didn't help much. But everything is safe. That's the most important thing. So I do appreciate all the well wishes, all the shout outs, all the check-ins that you guys did for me on Twitter. We're very fortunate. It was headed towards Tampa, but it dipped a little south at the last minute. So it's really tough though for everyone down in Fort Myers, south of Sarasota. So prayers to them. But it's football day in the cave. So I'm excited to get this thing going. So again, if you guys are new to the show, make sure you like, subscribe, share, do all that, all the stuff that needs to be done. Hit that like button. It only takes a quick second. Hit that like button, spread the word. And we are getting ever so close to that magic number of 1,000. And I really want to get this into a nice home. So it's been a couple weeks, a little longer than I anticipated. Expect Cowboy Nation to step up, see your boy, and interact, because that's what it's all about, man. I'm a huge Cowboys fan. Told you guys I'm not dipping into the film. I'm going to speak from the heart and tell you what I see with my eyes. So hopefully today, hopefully it's going to be a great day. What's good, my man? DJ, I appreciate you checking in. Washington, what do we say? We own this team. We've always destroyed them the last few times. It's just the same thing I told you, everyone with the Giants. I mean, we slapped them around. That's what we do in the NFC East. We slap all these teams around. This is just another team in the way. It's one game at a time. We're doing it, obviously, without Dak. But, Cooper Rush has done what we needed to do, right? Manage the game. Don't make mistakes. Don't, give the team any momentum. He's done a great job with that, staying within himself. And I think Kellen Moore has done a good job getting back to the run, doing what he's supposed to do. I don't want to say doing a good job. He should be doing his job. And it's putting us in the best position to win. What's up, my man from Germany? Awesome Cowboys Cave. You got to check that out. It's on my website, cowboyscave.com. You should definitely see that. And if you got a Cowboys Cave, send me the pictures, because I want to get them on the site. I'm trying to create just an ultimate fan page for Cowboys Nation to everyone share the love, because we get all the hate. I get all the hate on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. Everyone, just trying to always bring us down and hurt the team, and just be hating on the fan base. But we're the greatest fan base in the world. When I go to Cowboys games, home or away, there's always so much love. There's always a great turnout. So we handle that business. So let's talk about this game. Talk about Washington. What scares me? Nothing. I mean, the defense is I don't know what they do well. Obviously, Chase Young, he's out with his injury from last year's ACL from last year. The defensive line really hasn't gotten a ton of pressure. Secondary, linebackers there. So I think we should have no issues moving the ball on them. I don't think I don't think their offense. I don't think their offense really has much. Obviously, McLaren, but we know what Diggs did, right? I'm sporting the Diggs hat. The Diggs Super Bowl hat. You guys got to check it out. I would just wish that they didn't have it. Wish they had a fitted hat instead of snapback. But beggars can't be choosers. But, Diggs is going to lock him down like he always does. Our defensive line continuing to put pressure. You saw, if you watched the game last week, what the Eagles did to Washington, 9 sacks. We're leading the NFL in sacks right now. So I just expect that not to change. Tank with coming off 3 sacks last week. Parsons got a lot of pressure but didn't get a sack last week. So I expect him to keep feeding himself as a Lioness. Sorry, I was reading the comments. I got sidetracked. But no, I expect him to continue to do what he does. I think he'll get a multi sack game. If you're talking keys to victory, controlling the line of scrimmage, right? So Gallup's going to be coming back, but we still don't want to get pass happy. We want to run the ball with Zeke and Pollard. I mean, both of them are, Zeke's like 4.4 yards a carry. Pollard's over 5 yards a clip. We're running effectively. We're running, running with a purpose. I think Zeke's got a 27-yard long run. Pollard had that like close to 50-yard run. So we got to keep feeding it, control the clock. Don't make mistakes. That's the one thing you got to give Cooper Rush credit for. He has not made any mistakes. Came close first time when I was at the game against the Bengals. Could have had a couple picks, but it didn't happen, so it don't matter. But I thought the Giants game he played even better, and I think each week he's going to get better. Each week he's getting better, so I expect him to get even better today. And I obviously, again, like I said, with the return of Gallup, I haven't seen the inactives yet, so if you see that, go ahead and let me know, but I think Schultz is going to make a go out of it. But Ferguson did a good job in his place. The offensive line getting stronger, right? Tyler Smith, again, all the haters, terrible pick. We reach. I mean, he's turning out to be what the scouts thought he was. So he's played very effective at left tackle, getting thrown into it as a rookie. That's a tall order for a rookie, and he's done a really good job. So I'm excited about that. Also, Jason Peters, getting him at guard, right? So I'm feeling good about the offensive line. What are you guys seeing? All right. Let's see the comments. It's the morning time. We just got to chill. Been feeding off the hate for 45 years, man. No doubt about it. I remember, when I was growing up, I was, I'm an 80s kid into the 90s. So I used to always have my Cowboys jacket, those satin, dark blue star, Dallas Cowboys on the back. And I remember going to school, especially middle school, man, people always used to give me, being a Cowboys fan. That was kind of in the late 80s. So they weren't doing too well. And then, when I got into high school, into my junior year, they started winning, becoming really good and then winning Super Bowls. And it's all I saw was Cowboys gear. So I actually quit wearing my Cowboys stuff to school because I got so sick of all these bandwagon fans, jumping around. So that was the other thing. Being a Cowboys fan, you got to deal with the hate. But I embrace it. It fuels the fire, like I always say. So I appreciate the hate. They can keep hating all they want. It's just, to me, it's jealousy. Because if you look at it, they all sit and talk about us. ESPN, Fox News, all of them got something to say. So it just makes it even sweeter when we get those victories. But we'll make it the sweetest, of course, is getting that Super Bowl. Because I will say, it's been too long. It's unacceptable for us not to be hosting that Lombardi Trophy. It's been going on 27 years. It's been way too long. So we got to make it happen. And I think if you look at this team, this is kind of that makeup. And if you look at some of these Super Bowl teams, it's adversity. So we're getting that adversity early. We've got all these injuries, overcoming those injuries. You're talking about, winning 2 games with your backup quarterback. That's stealing wins. Because I think after that first week of the season, I was at the game. It was doom and gloom. Season's over. Oh, it's Then I went to the next game against Cincinnati, and I'm telling you, the stadium had no vibe. Tailgating had nothing, no vibe. It was almost like you were going to a funeral. Went into the stadium, very quiet. A lot of empty seats around me, and they were all full last week. So I think a lot of people kind of jumped off the wagon. Sorry for the glare in the background. I'm doing double duty watching these London games. Now I don't know how people on the Pacific time feel about watching these 1:00 games real early. It is a little bit different, but it just had a sad feeling. And that is true. Cowboys fans mostly are doom and gloom, my man Jose. I'm not. I'm not one of the ones going to be doom and gloom. But then you felt it. You felt the energy coming back after Cincinnati, and then you see it again. Now you see against the Giants. You're seeing, it felt really good. There was a lot of positivity in Twitter and all this stuff. So that's the way Cowboy fans are. We feed into the hate sometimes a little too much. Me, I'm always going to keep positive. I never will understand how, people say, well, I don't think, we're not going to win. I say, hey, man, I'm always going to be confident. That's the way I am. I'm always going to be confident. Now, am I going to put my money on it like Dez is dropping 10,000 on the game? Probably not. I'm a fan, so I always lead with my heart. But I'm always going to believe we got a shot. So going into this Washington game, I'm feeling good about it. I feel we walk out of there 3-1, and then we see what happens. Dak's returning. Dak's, return is inevitable. It's going to be coming sooner than later. That was supposed to be 8 weeks. Now it's 6 weeks. Maybe we'll go to 5 weeks. I think the Philly game is what they've got penciled in. That's what it seems like. I've heard rumors of maybe the Rams, but I think we want to be cautious a little bit. You want to, if we win this week, we're 3-1. I mean, a lot of us probably with Dak or whatever probably had us at 3-1 after the first 4 games with the schedule that we had. So I think we're right where we need to be. But you got a toughness with this team, especially on defense, and that's the difference. That's the difference I see is the toughness. Yeah, the offense isn't putting up, all the yards that we put up last year, number 1 offense, but who cares? I mean, all I want to do is win. And if you win with your defense, so be it. I love defensive football, so I've got no problems with it. I think this team is poised and building itself up to weather the storm. That's only going to make them better come playoff time. Because again, winning the Super Bowl, it's not always the best team that wins. It's a team that's the hottest at the right time. And I think, not to go back to last year too much, I think the problem that we have last season is we coasted. Everything was easy, and I just don't think you get playoff ready that way. People anoint, Cincinnati is this great team, but don't forget they were like 7-6. They got on a run, then they got on a playoff run. That's what I want to see. In Philly, as much as we don't like Philly, they're doing us a favor. Them winning is doing us a favor because it's going to make us tough. It's going to make us hungrier, tougher, and we're going to fight to the end. And that's why, these games it's going to be good. It's going to be good to see what happens. Let me see what we got in the comments. We need the new triplets. I don't know if there'll ever be the triplets, the way it was, just because the way running backs are, they're kind of shuffled in. Their shelf life seems to be shorter. So I don't know if we'll never get the triplets like we had them. I mean, that's just it's not gonna happen. But I think we do. Maybe we have the quadruplets. Maybe we got our 2 running backs, receiver, and quarterback, and maybe with Zeke, Pollard, CD, and Dak, we'll have that. And talking about CD, I know he got a lot of hate. He dropped that pass. I was watching it. I wasn't in the cave, wasn't at the games, at a sports bar, and it was full of Cowboy fans, thankfully, and the whole place, it was just it sucked everything out. And I know there was a lot of anger towards CD. Should have caught it. He knows it, but he came back and he made a big catch, made big plays at the end, and that's what it's about. So let's get the comments and see what we got. Maybe this team is built correctly. Yep. No, I think so. I think they're building this team right. I think this one was talking about only in Dallas after week 1 season over. Here we are talking about us playing a trap game. Yeah, I never feed into that trap game stuff. I do, I don't know how you have trap games when you're playing with your backup quarterback. I don't know how you could feed into that, but let the media is always going to swirl around. And like I said, I enjoy it. I think it's great. I love it. And I love the comments. And like I said, we're live on Mondays. So make sure Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, we always do a show. We got the phone stuff figured out. I'm kind of updating. This isn't a full-time job for me. Like I say, I work full time. So this is just fun for me. It's a way to interact with fans, being a Cowboys fan my whole life, especially living in Florida. We didn't have the internet, all that kind of stuff. So I never had the opportunity to interact with a lot of Cowboys fans. So kind of when this started and the hype videos and everything kind of happened, it gave me the opportunity to really embrace Cowboys Nation and have a place for me to kind of talk football without getting all the other stuff from Dolphin fans and everything else in Florida and Tampa bandwagon fans, all that kind of stuff. So definitely check out the show Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Me and Jimmy D, we're live. Definitely want to get interaction, phone calls, and just have a good time with it. So let's see. Please send me your card. Well, I'll send you something. I just gotta send you this cap, man. This cap is I've been waiting a long time. I don't know if you guys noticed it. It was in the I think it's called True Blue or something like that. They do it in preseason. Go on a website, but they did a story on Diggs and Everson Walls and 7-Eleven and 11 interceptions and all that kind of stuff. So I love the hat. Couldn't find it. And then finally, I just kind of started Googling, Trayvon Diggs hat. And then I found it. And I think Lids has it. It's got the old school cowboy. It's got the Super Bowl 27 on the back. It has number 7 on it. And then also inscripted, it says, "How about them Cowboys?" So it's a great hat. Like I said, the only problem with it, it's a snapback. And with my melon head, I hate that the snaps are all the way out there. But hey, God made me this way. What am I supposed to do? But it's a cool hat. I'm glad I found it. And you can go on, probably if you Google Lids, you'll probably find it. But my man, I'll definitely, if you want me to send you something, I'll send you something for the Cowboys. Kate, you just let me know. So, but yeah, on the offense, I'm hoping this is a 30-point game. I got a feeling that we're going to put up some points, especially with Gallup back. I think Washington, Wentz holds that ball a long time. So what's that do? That's gonna open the door for a lot of turnovers, hopefully opportunity sacks. So I think we might be able to get some. We might get some defensive points. We might get some defensive scoring, or at least put us in a position for short fields. So this does feel like a game where I think our offense will kind of break out a little bit. I think Washington's probably a team after what happened, at the game in Philly. I think if we can get on them early, I think they're going to be a team that's just kind of, here we go again, folded up. We dropped, Cowboys dropped 56 on them last season, dropped a bunch on them in the first game, we played. So I think there might be that here we go again mentality, and it could be a game that kind of gets away from them. So I do believe that there's an opportunity for us to definitely get some points. And because I think our scoring right now, I think we're averaging like 15 points a game. Our offense is ranked 23rd. We're 24th in the pass, 12 in the rush. But the defense is ranked 8th overall, 4th against the pass. I think 12th against the rush, something like that. So, or maybe a little later down, maybe midway down on the rush. But our scoring defense, we're only giving up 17 points. So I saw some Twitter person said that we're going to give up 30-something points. I don't see that. I think the only way they get that many points is if our offense really collapses and we throw 3 or 4 picks. But I think the way that Kellen Moore has this offense kind of set up, hopefully with the input that McCarthy was giving them and the criticism McCarthy was giving them, that he scaled it in a little bit, play within ourselves, control the line of scrimmage, run the ball, find those open opportunities for CD, and really Noah Brown. I mean, I don't know. I got to give respect. I thought it was a disaster, putting Noah Brown in, number 2 receiver. I thought that was going to be a huge problem, but he stepped up. I mean, we have to give credit where credit is due, man. He has stepped up, and I think he leads the team in catches, and I think he's second on the team in yards, but he's made some clutch plays. So that's kind of the stuff that we need to continue happen. It's these young guys, not necessarily young guys, but guys who haven't had their opportunity. They're stepping up, and they're making a name for themselves, and they're contributing. So if you get all these guys contributing, it's just like Dorrance Armstrong. I think he's got 3 sacks. Fowler's had some impact. Sam Williams, he's had some impact early on. If we can get that, that's what you're building up for the playoff run. So, I'm always positive. So I'm going to say blessing in disguise. The Tyron Smith injury, we knew it was inevitable. We knew it was going to happen. It's much better that it happened early in the season because that gave Tyler Smith kind of thrown to the wolves, but he's going to get better each week. There's no doubt he's going to get better each week. And then, of course, we got Jason Peters. He's going to stabilize a lot of things for us. Dak getting hurt early, that has made this team even better because everyone's got to up their game a little bit. Everyone's got to play a little bit harder. But what that's doing is getting an opportunity for some of these other guys to contribute. And then it gives them that mentality, that us against them mentality, us against the world, because everyone's kind of dropped us down. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I always keep an eye on it. After we beat Cincinnati, NFL.com has these power rankings. Cincinnati barely dropped. We barely went up. We beat them with our backup quarterback, and we really controlled the game for the most part. They had that long drive in the third quarter. Yeah, and it got closer to the end, but we pretty much controlled the game I was there. We pretty much controlled the game. And we didn't get any respect. And I don't even know where we're ranked now. We probably didn't even move up much higher. Maybe they might still have New York Giants ahead of us. So that's what I want, though, because I don't want them to anoint us. That's where that's where the fall comes, is when they anoint us and here we go. We're the top dog. I'd rather be the disrespected one, because I think that's where your mentality is. And that's where Parsons and Tank and Diggs on defense, they're creating that. That us against them, they feed off that and they want that. So I think it makes us even better. And then again, with the injury to Dak, it's, we got back to the running game. When have we been successful is when we run the ball, period. And that's why they talk about, Dak has, 4,000, 5,000. It don't matter. All we care about is wins. I'd much rather see Dak throw for 220 with a touchdown or two and us win the game than throw for 450, put up 40 points and us lose the game. So it's all about getting the win, and any means necessary. Don't have to be pretty. We just need to win. And I think that's what Dak is, maybe this time off, he's starting to see that is, hey, I don't need to carry the load. I don't need to do everything. I've got guys that are going to step up. I've got guys that are, they're going to help contribute. So I don't need to be the hero. I don't need to be the warrior. So that's what we gotta. That's the mentality that we gotta get, and hopefully with that, and definitely enjoy the game. Got a beer run. I tell you, you're slipping. We even got at the hurricane. We got things shut down. I made sure we got enough beer and enough drinks for celebration after the game. So definitely check out the show tomorrow. Appreciate it, Steve. And with that, I just wanted to come in. I wanted to talk about it. I haven't, but usually I do a show in the middle of the week just for Cowboys. Obviously, everything that happened, I hadn't been able to chance to do it. So I've been itching to get on here. So definitely, you guys enjoy the game. Stay tuned, because we're going to win this thing. I might have something to say after it. And make sure you guys do tune in on Monday nights. We're also on Spotify, Tag Nation on Facebook. Obviously YouTube is where you're seeing it. So definitely check it out. CowboysCave.com. Message me, whatever, the pictures of the Cowboys Cave. And then more importantly is when we get to that 1,000 subscriber, and we're close. We're only like 5 away. This is what I'm going to be giving away. And it's going to be kind of like a trivia. So it's going to be one of those things is I'm going to see how well you know my tag. I'm going to see how long you've been following, because I want this to go to someone who knows me, who appreciates it, appreciates the cave, appreciates the love for the Cowboys. And this is going to go to a home that it's going to be there forever. So make sure you guys know it. So I'm going to give you guys a teaser since you've been on here or you're listening. This is the first video I ever dropped. It was when we played the Saints. I want to say it was 2018, maybe 2019. Saints were undefeated. I believe it was 2018. Saints were undefeated. We went in, told my buddy, we're going to handle that business. And when I do, I'm going to drop one of my old school promos I used to do when I was a kid. Big wrestling fan, me and my buddies. So I'm going to drop it. So this is what I did. It got retweeted by Tank Lawrence. So then it blew up even more. And then obviously Cowboys Nation kept asking me, do it again, do it again, do it again. And we started getting on a winning streak. I'm very superstitious, as you see. I got the same Zeke jersey. We hadn't lost yet. So the Zeke jersey stays on as long as we keep winning. But I am superstitious. So I kept doing it again. And we went in and made that playoff run. So yeah, it had to have been 2018, I believe. So anyway, this is it. This is the video. I'll leave you with that. Cowboys Nation, enjoy the game. Let's get that W, because the train just keeps going, man. It's been great. One game at a time. Take care.
The Eagles getting ready, because you might not like it, but you will learn to love it, because we are the best thing going today. Now, can you dig it?